Shalom, shalom, beloved, and welcome to rYse Radio, a ministry of RBM, where it is our duty to equip and empower you, to help prosper you in the Most High Yah, and bring together Zion in one mind and on one accord, and our King and our Messiah, Yahshua, the line of Yehuda, Judah. My name is Loay, and it's a pleasure to be with you all here today for our fourth-quarter Shabbat meditation. And as always, what we do here is that we observe our Shabbats and our feast days according to our ancient Hebrew calendar, which is based on the cycle of the moon, or the Kodesh, all right? And, we always share the scripture here from Psalms 81:3, to blow the shofar at the new moon, at the full moon, and on our feast day, all right? And that's what we're doing here, beloved, And, we're actually doing something a little different, We're trying to work on actually going live, right? And so I'm putting some things in place to get that done. I'm working with the resources that I have, all right? And, till then, we're going to do our best to do it this way. But I did want to come and share with you briefly here for a little bit. Because I did say we were going to sound the last trumpet for this month, Kislev, all right? And some things that correlate with the month, the ninth month on our Hebrew calendar, to contain, surround, the womb, duality, as in like good and evil, all right? Truth, concealment, harvest, fruit of the spirit, confidence. This month signifies finality and judgment, okay? And, I really wanted to, we went into these things, a little more deeper in the previous years. Didn't really have the time this month to go into it like that. However, like I said, we always try to present the spirit of the month. And, with the Hebrew letter Tet, which is the alphanumeric, the Hebrew numeric for this month. If you look at it in the modern Hebrew, and I didn't have an image of our ancient Hebrew. Wanted to, but like I said, had to work today, had to work yesterday. So doing the best we can here with what we have. Praise the Most High for that. But Kislev, going into the name of this month, it means his confidence. When I think of that, I think about the Most High's confidence and what he instills in us, you understand? Because, without him, we're nothing. Like, the way our people are moving out here in these last days is amazing to me, because it's fierce, and it's like, a lot of our brothers, man, putting their life on the line like we all have to, like we all were instructed to do, because our Messiah said that if you seek to keep your life for my sake, then you will lose it. But if you will lose your life for my sake, then you will gain it, you will keep it. And so that's just the way we move, in these last days, in these times we're living in, paying attention to what's happening in the world today. However, I don't want to digress too much. Some other things I didn't mention this year that correlates with this month, Kislev, Teshah, are things like turning to look upon, to gaze, an hour of prayer. When 9 reveals what it conceals inside, there is a fruitfulness, a multiplication, and the building of the house. And, when we think about that, we think about how, we're observing, we're in the midst of observing the Feast of Dedication, which is somewhat named after the original dedication of the temple, okay? And it was a rededication of the temple, all right? When it was attacked during the Maccabean period, hundreds of years before our Messiah came. And our ancestors didn't get to observe the Feast of Tabernacles or the Feast of Tents. I believe they call it Yom Kippur, if I'm not mistaken, like, Hebrew counterparts or what have you. And with that, there's just so many things to take in that I really don't have time to get into tonight. I just, wanted to kind of come and share, I said we would sound the trumpet. We're in the midst of crossing over to a new month, Esau, and the Feast of Dedication is the only feast. Well, it really is like the only feast. I know, like during the 7 weeks, like you come from Shavuot to not Shavuot, but from the Feast of First Fruits to Shavuot, you counting 7 weeks. That's not really necessarily a feast. It's an observation from when our Messiah resurrected to the time he returned. He already did that. We already talked about that in 70 AD, and a lot of people, Christianity, unfortunately, teaches that we're still waiting on our Messiah to come back. He actually already did that, But, I don't want to, let's stay focused on, what we're going to get in tonight, because he's there, he's here in the midst of the camp, and so yeah, and when you think about that last point, the building of the house, and our people had to rebuild the temple during their time after the attack of one of the most vicious, wicked rulers in history. I say Antiochus Epiphanes, or some people may say Antiochus Epiphanes, or what have you. This Greek ruler over Syria, who actually plotted to take down Jerusalem and the people of the Most High with some of our own people who betrayed us, during that time. And you better believe there's a lot of them out there today. There's a lot of children of the ones who betrayed our ancestors then, betrayed our Messiah, and that's very unfortunate for them. However, we're moving forward, onward and forward, all right? And so, yeah, all of that just correlates with this month, and the Most High is just so awesome in the way he lays things out. It's just undeniable when you just start following his map, his roadmap, you understand? And so, again, I thought it was important to come and to share briefly with you what we're going to be getting into here in the next day or so. And I get a lot of these resources from people who I refer to as our counterparts. However, there are some people who are good-hearted, who love the Most High and who want to share his word with others, and that's what we were called to do. And so we praise the Most High for them, and I don't necessarily agree with everything that they put out, but I have learned a lot from websites like the Ancient Hebrew Institute, I believe it is, and then GraceandTorah.net. People who really want to share the word of the Most High, we're grateful for that, because that's a lot of things we lost, and the Most High through these folks have preserved a lot of these things, so count your blessings, you understand? And so, like I said, we're just going to share here briefly. I wanted to do a prayer meditation, on Chakah. It looks like Chakah, not like Chaka Khan. I mean, it looks like that, but it's Chakah. That's how it's pronounced. And talk about the psychology of waiting. The psychology of waiting. And if anyone's been waiting, it's been us, Zion. We've been waiting for a while for the Most High to manifest his promises, And the truth of the matter is he's been waiting on us, And we're gonna talk about that because I think it's important. when you talk about psychology, right, it's pretty much the study of the psyche, and it's a Greek word that refers to the spirit or the soul. Okay, and the spirit or the soul can also refer to our minds. All right, and that's why we always talk about here, renewing your mind. Getting your mind right, thinking the way our Messiah thinks, thinking the way the word instructs us. That's very important. Okay, and when you look further at the word wait, we wait all the time, every day. Something we subconsciously move around about, because you're always going to wait on something. If you call to pay a bill, you're going to be put on hold, or if you call to get some type of customer service, you're gonna go through the IVRs. You're gonna be asked what option you hit the one button. If you need a balance on your account, or hit the two, hit number two. If you need, if you're calling your bank to find out, what's going on with your checking account or what have you, hit one if you need a balance, hit two for transactions, hit three if somebody stole money out your account or something like that, hit four for fraud, hit five for I need to dispute a transaction or whatever. So it's always some type of waiting involved in our lives, and I just wanted to talk about that. As simple as it sounds, it can get profound, you understand, especially when you're talking about what we're waiting for, because we're waiting for the kingdom. You understand? We're waiting for the Most High to manifest His promises, and so that could be a challenge at times, And so I just want to kind of help Zion. We're right now, again, we're waiting. At least here in Georgia, we're waiting for the arrival of the new month, Esau, the 10th month on our Hebrew calendar. We have not seen the new Kodesh appear yet. And it's been like that for the last couple of months. And I don't know if it's because they put them chemtrails up there or whatever, you see them flying out throughout the, I think maybe, I don't know, because it doesn't look like, it doesn't look natural. It looks, if you ever seen the California skies, the small, it looks like that, And I'm wondering, like, if at the end of the month on our Hebrew calendar, they send them planes up there with them chemtrails to fog up the sky, to stop the Most High's progression, to stop, try to hinder what He's doing. I wouldn't put it past Him, I wouldn't put him. I would. It's a lot of haters out here, but the Most High is dealing with all of them. Believe me, He's dealing with them. So it's kind of hindered us properly mapping out when the new month begins. It's been like that for the last few months, for the last year, but we've been able to properly discern and mark the new Kodesh, the new months, the new Shabbats, in spite of all of the hate, in spite of attacks, in spite of that, we're still here, so we praise the Most High for another day. We praise the Most High for allowing us to see another Shabbat, this 4-quarter Shabbat of the month Kislev. And, this is an extended Shabbat, And when we see the new Kodesh, it brings about the new month, okay? And so when you think about waiting, we're waiting for that. You understand? So it's something, it's very, it's something powerful about that. And by the time we finish this study and this observation, this prayer meditation, hopefully you'll get more understanding on it. You understand? Pun intended. So, and just to look real quick at what wait means. Here it says to stay where one is or delay action until a particular time or until something else happens. All right. And some synonyms. Here it means to stand by, to hold back, bide one's time, hang fire, mark time. You know, we always talk about marking the Shabbats, you know, so I find that interesting. So yeah. And the Hebrew, again, it looks like Chakah. And I know a lot of y'all probably hearing, you're probably hearing the old Chakah songs, you understand, in your mind, in the background. It's not pronounced that way. It's called Ka. All right. Not, Chakah, you know what I mean? I'm not going to get into that, but it's called Ka. All right. And, when you think about waiting, right? There is always something or someone on the other side of it. All right. When you, again, we already talked about, you making a phone call to maybe check on your bank account, you check, you go to a restaurant, you have a waiter, you're waiting to eat. So what's on the other side of you having a waiter or a waitress is you getting your meal and you enjoying your meal and you moving on. All right. A lot of our people, unfortunately, during, I think it was during the pandemic or sometime, but I think it was before the pandemic and then but you go to a fast food joint, and you stay, you wait in line. When Popeyes came out, the chicken sandwich, I mean, they had lines around the corner. You understand? We didn't really even see that in New Orleans. I came up in New Orleans, we didn't see nothing like that. You understand? You're going out, you might have a little line, but when they came out with this chicken sandwich, I mean, they had lines around the corner. People getting in fights. You understand? Waiting on the spicy chicken sandwich, side of fries, and the coleslaw. You understand? We're not talking about that type of waiting, but that is an example of waiting. Okay, and I mean, our people were waiting for that. And not just our people, but everybody was waiting on that. And then they had the sandwich wars and all this little foolishness. But anyway, so you get my point, okay? And what are we waiting for, beloved? Like what are we waiting for? What are we waiting for? So I'm gonna leave it right there. Okay, because again, we're waiting on the new Kodesh to appear. It's been reported that it's been seen in other areas of the world or regions of the world. It hasn't been seen in Israel yet, and that's according to renewedmoon.com. I believe it is .com. Yeah. But I always like to see it for myself, and again, there's a lot of opposition, a lot of haters who the Most High is dealing with that tries to, stop this work from moving forward. We'll see, we will see. They haven't stopped anything yet, so. All right, beloved. Again, I just wanted to come and sound this trumpet, for this Shabbat, and kind of just introduce myself to you all. I haven't really done any live, videos, and I never had a problem, even though they were pre-recorded. It always, most of the time, was 98% of the time, 99% of the time, it was just a straight shoot. We hardly ever edited anything. It was just a matter of convenience, And even though this is pre-recorded, nothing's edited, you understand? However, the Most High willing, we will figure out how to use the resources we have to, present live meditations, commentaries, presentations. All right. So, again, Zion, more commentaries coming soon, the Most High willing. All right. And before we do leave, I do want to pray the prayer of salvation for anyone who has not accepted Yahshua, our Messiah. Some call him the Christ as their Savior and Redeemer. And it simply goes, Heavenly Father, praise your name. Forgive me for my transgressions. Have mercy on my soul. Come into my heart and dwell in me. I confess Yahshua is my King and Deliverer, my Redeemer, who will restore his people and manifest his kingdom. So be it. And if you prayed this prayer for the first time tonight or for the first time, we welcome you to the kingdom. We want to invite you to subscribe to the channel, to be notified for future meditations, for the edification of your soul and to help strengthen your walk with the Most High. All right. So, okay, Zion, again, we're going to wrap it up right there. And so, yeah, not sure what's going on right there. The enemy is busy. However,